What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Before we begin, if I could ask you guys to take 2 seconds of your time to hit that subscribe button down below, that would mean the world to me. And if you want, hit that bell notification too, just so you can be updated when I drop a video. But yeah, moving on to today's video. Today we're going to be working on the green E36 M3, the recent project car that I picked up. We got a couple maintenance items to install on the car. Let me go ahead and show you guys real quick. So here's what we got to install. We got to install a brand new valve cover gasket and also a new oil pan gasket, which that's the bigger job. The valve cover gasket doesn't take that long, but the oil pan gasket, I'm gonna have to drop the subframe on the car, so that might take a while. I still need to go to the store and get oil for the car because obviously I need to do an oil change as well when doing that oil pan gasket. So before I go ahead and push the car into the garage and start working on it, I'm gonna go ahead and go get the oil first, and then I'm probably gonna grab something to eat because I'm starving right now. So let's go ahead and head to Walmart right now, pick up some oil real quick, and then head back home. FYI, I go to Walmart because the oil there is a little bit cheaper than like going to O'Reilly's. So I usually just pick up oil from Walmart in those big jugs. We're gonna take the F80 today. Obviously in the videos it might seem like I drive this car a lot, but I really don't. It's parked like 90% of the time. I usually just drive it for the videos. The reason for that is because I don't want to put miles on it, obviously. And it's just not a very practical car. It's low as shit. So driveways and stuff are definitely harder to get into and out of. Every time I drive this thing, it puts a smile on my face. I don't think there's any other car at the moment that will make me as happy as this car. Always got to park away from ignorant people. Alright guys, I just picked up the oil, and look, no matter how far you try to park away from people, they still park next to you. So I went ahead and picked up 10W40. I was gonna get 1030, but they didn't have any in stock, so 1040 will do just fine. They usually have the oil filter in stock too, but for some reason today they didn't, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up an oil filter from O'Reilly. But first I'm gonna go ahead and grab something to eat. Guys, look how fire this looks. Let me go ahead and chow down on this and then we'll get started on the E36. Well, that was fulfilling, but we got to get to work. And I don't know if I showed you guys this already, but I got this as a gift for my birthday, which just recently passed. The boys came together and bought me this Red Bull refrigerator machine because they know how much I like my Red Bull. And they also got me a shit ton of Red Bulls, as you can tell. I still got 4 boxes of Red Bulls right here. And then my other friend Jude got me this big ass like Red Bull neon sign right here. So that's really dope. I'm still trying to figure out a place where I can hang that and put this. This is just temporary right here. But shout out to the boys for those gifts. I'm gonna go ahead and pop a quick Red Bull open, and then I gotta get my car out of here and get the E36 pushed in here. All right, I got the car in here. Pop the hood real quick. Now we can see what we're working with. If you saw the first video, you already know what this engine bay looks like. I know it's dirty as shit. I know this valve cover is messed up, but we're gonna go ahead and fix that today. I got some wrinkled black paint for the valve cover. That way it covers up all this ugliness. When I get it off, then we'll get that thing painted. So let me get to work and get this valve cover off of here. Alright, I just got this valve cover off of here, and surprisingly, the inside of this engine looks really, really good. I don't see any scoring on the cam lobes or anything like that. It's looking really clean. I forgot to tell you guys, this car has a lot of miles on it. I think it has over 230,000 miles, so that's a lot. And to see inside of the engine this clean, that's surprising. Here's the valve cover right here. Looks like someone else had cleaned it before, and they tried to scrape off like this old material on it, but I'm gonna be painting that anyway. But yeah, I got all the parts and stuff laid out over here. I think I'm gonna need some new coil pack boots because these ones are ripped at the tip. I don't think that really makes a difference, but I think I should just switch them out just to be safe. But other than that, it's looking really clean. So before I get way ahead of myself and start installing this thing back on here, this stud was actually broken. So it looks like someone's been here before, obviously. It's supposed to look like that. don't know if you guys can tell, all the threads have broken off on this, so this valve cover bolt can't even go back on. And there was also one, this is a ground strap right here that attaches to the valve cover. There's supposed to be another one, but I guess one of them is missing. They never put it back on, so I need to get that as well. The dealer's not even gonna have anything like that in stock. It's probably gonna be like a special order or something. So I'm gonna go down to the junkyard real quick, see if there's a E36 in there, just get one from that car, and then come back and slap it on here. Because those parts aren't that like important like that where you have to buy a brand new. So I won't even show you guys that whole ordeal. I'm just gonna go grab it and come back home real quick. All right guys, I just got back home. I got all the stuff that I need. I got these ground cables right here. And I got the studs that I need. That goes into the head for the valve cover gasket. I also went to the store and picked up some new coil pack boots because I needed those. The old ones were ripped. And yeah, that's basically it. Now what I have to do is go ahead and scuff up this valve cover and throw a coat of wrinkled black paint on it. Alright guys, now I have to let this thing dry because it's still really wet right now. It takes a while for the wrinkleness of this paint to come in. So while I wait for the valve cover to dry, I'm going to give these old bolts a good cleaning. Alright, I just got these things all cleaned up and I went ahead and threw these new rubber grommets on there, so these are good to go. It looks like this valve cover is wrinkling up already, so that's starting to look a lot better than what it was before. I went ahead and popped these spark plugs out. I was debating on changing them or not, but they're actually really good, so I'm not even going to change them. I just cleaned them up a bit. There was no gunk on them or anything like that, so I'm just going to throw them back into the car and then throw the freshly painted valve cover back into the car as well. Alright guys, I just got finished with the valve cover. I threw everything back on there. Now this thing is looking mint. I just gave it a quick little wipe down with some quick detailer just to make it a little bit more presentable. But yeah, this is what it looks like. I still need to clean the entire engine bay and like degrease it and degrease the bottom of the, but we're gonna leave that for tomorrow. I found a good stopping point for today. At least I finished the valve cover gasket. So tomorrow we'll work on getting that oil pan off of there and changing the oil pan gasket and throwing some fresh oil into there. So I'll catch you guys in the morning. And we are back for day 2. Today our goal is to get this new oil pan gasket onto the car. So first, let's get this thing jacked up. Car is lifted in the air. Let's take a look underneath. So as you can probably tell, it's not the cleanest car ever, or cleanest undercarriage ever. There's a lot of oil stains and stuff, which we will be taking care of. This oil pan gasket has probably never been changed, so definitely gonna take care of that oil pan gasket. I just want to get it started and see how it runs with fresh oil in there, and then we can move on with the build after that. So let me get started on taking this oil pan out of here. I first have to drop this subframe, get all the bolts off, and it shouldn't be too hard of a job. So I hope I didn't jinx myself by saying that, but let's get this thing done. Well guys, I have some bad news. So I got the oil pan off of here, as you guys can tell. The old gasket is right here, which was definitely needing changing. But I also found something sitting inside the oil pan, and it's these 3 pieces right here. So for those who don't know, this right here is a timing chain guide. Your timing chain basically just glides on here as it's spinning in your engine, and this one is completely off of here. It was just sitting right here, right in that little area right there. So plans have completely changed. These little broken pieces here mean that I either have to take apart the entire front of the engine, or I take the whole engine out of the car and do it while it's out, which is going to be much easier to do, but that will obviously take a lot more time. But on the other hand, it will save a lot of time because I can do the manual swap right alongside with it when putting it back in. That way I won't have to worry about taking the transmission off while it's on the car. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I think this video is gonna end right here. I'm gonna have to decide on which option I want to take, whether I want to take apart the entire front end or whether I want to take the engine out. So I got a big decision to make, and I still have to get these parts either way. I'm probably just gonna end up getting a new timing chain as well, and the rest of the timing chain guides as well, just so we won't have this problem later on. So with all that being said, stay tuned for the next video to see what I decide on doing with this damn thing. As always, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, hit that bell notification if you guys haven't already, if you want to stay up to date with this build, and just drop a comment down below what you guys think of this build. So without further ado, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for the next video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.